You know.
What did you rediscover about him?
What did I rediscover about him? Like Dougie said, it's not. It's like
Thinking maybe one thing that.
one thing.
If it isn't, then.
No, it's not. It's just you rediscover the fact that what you lost, and what we lost was being like really happy to be in each other's company.
Yeah.
It's when you meet people. Like say we met when we were 17, 8 years old, and when you meet again. Whenever you meet, you're always with that friend. I mean, people at home, you'll have the same things. When you have a 12-year-old friend, you'll kind of act like 12-year-olds when you hang out. Or when you're 17. Or if you meet people when you're older, you sort of meet in a kind of...
In a different way. You always go back to that initial point. It's the reason that family holidays, like at Christmas, the get-togethers for families can be quite difficult, because everyone kind of isn't in those roles anymore, but they all kind of fit back into the roles. And it's like, well, you're the youngest and you're the eldest and you do this, and you know, it's kind of it's a funny thing when you do kind of just automatically revert or regress to the point where you first met.
But in our case, it's great. It's like we're back to being mates again, and making music and making decisions for ourselves and kind of being in control of our own destinies, which is very difficult because when it's all crazily busy, it's very hard to be in control, and that's quite a disconcerting.
And it's a very important thing as well, because there's nothing worse than kind of being away from home and being away from the ones you love, and then feeling like you're not in control or not kind of even part of what you're doing. You know, it's funny.
So anyway,
what was the first song you wrote for this new album?
I think the first real song was Closer, which is pretty important, because as a song, it's a song about trying to get closer to, you know, even though there's in the song it says and when I see you, then I know you'll be next to me and when I need you, then I know you'll be there. It's like saying, I know you're going to be there, but it's like we've taken ourselves for granted. Let's try and just make an effort, you know, and that's what the song's about. So it's kind of that song in a way brought everything together and kind of gave us, all right, here's the first song for the record. This is how we're moving on. And it was also a lovely hymn to that feeling of being in a relationship, whether it's with a woman, whether it's with a bunch of guys, or, you know, with anything.
And well, I think the album took 2 years to complete or something.
Yeah, it was over a period of 2 years from November. We first went in November 2004, and we'd finished it pretty much by kind of December 2006.
But did you do it on purpose? I mean, 2 years?
No, we just said to ourselves, look, we're going to make a record that we're going to be proud of, that's going to be excellent when it comes out. So let's take as long as that takes. And it just happened to be 2 years. You know, there was no we didn't say before. I mean, at the time, had I said, it's going to take 2.5 years, we'd have been like, no.
Yeah.
But, you know, time flies, and a lot of stuff's happened, and a lot of great stuff's happened, and we're on our own journey, you know what I mean? So it's like, you press pause and then unpause when the new album comes out, and then pause and then unpause.
But you wrote, I think, 40 songs or something?
Yeah.
The songs that actually made the album, were they written in a certain time period, or were they all from those 2 years?
All from those 2 years. Let's see.
Yeah, I think they were all written at some point.
Yes.
Within that period.
There's not one song that wasn't. The most recent songs are like Battleships,
No, but I mean,
One Night.